From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Friday morning. We still have alert days in front of us because there are additional chances for lightning and lightning fires through Sunday. Hazy skies is going to persist for the next couple days at least, and high temperatures staying in the 80s and 90s. Okay, we'll start off with air quality, which is looking not great in the Kittitas and the Yakima valleys, especially in the Kittitas Valley, where it's just straight up unhealthy. But it's not looking too bad for the lower Columbia Basin points to the east and south of there. Wind gusts, not really a factor for now. They're not going to be throughout the course of today and throughout the course of this weekend. Current temperatures out there 50s and 60s for lower elevations, 58 for the Tri-Cities, 65 for Walla Walla, 64 degrees in Yakima. Back to the Tri-Cities where we'll end up around 90 degrees once again for today. We've had very steady high temperatures, so 80s and 90s for lower elevations again. And again, alert days for the valleys, not because of the air quality, but because of the chances for lightning and lightning fires. Speaking of the fires, we'll step you through those on the map coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now this morning, the smoke has caused many cities like Richland forced to postpone or outright cancel outdoor events. How they decide when the air is not safe. A fight over accountability at the Port of Benton is now headed to voters. The question, did commissioners retaliate against employees, or were they simply doing their jobs? Also at the hand of voters, a fire district change. Othello is looking at a long-term transition to how fire services are funded in the community.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Friday morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Solis. We're going to take it back over to Josh now to talk more about those fires he was just about to bring up. Josh?
Yeah, thank you, Zoe. We start off in Kittitas County with the Three Queens fire, which is now right at 3,600 acres, and this is still a very active fire all along the fire's perimeter. No containment, and still those evacuations that are in place in between Lake Cochise and Cle Elum Lake. You can find these exact evacuation boundaries posted online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Okay, we'll take you from the Cascades all the way over to the Blues, where the Hagen fire is getting closer and closer to 55,000 acres, 11% containment, and again, not seeing nearly the amount of active hotspots we were seeing at the beginning of this week. So there's a couple pockets of active fire activity. One to the southeast of Gibbon, one on the southeastern flank of the fire, one on the northeastern side of the fire. So kind of a little bit more spread out as opposed to just being the southern and the eastern side. And there are still expansive evacuations in place. Those level 3 go now evacuations still going from Tollgate to Bingham Springs over to Oregon 204 in Union County, pushing past that a little bit for some of this evacuation boundary. And still, Oregon Highway 204 closed. The entire length of the highway closed from milepost 0 to 39. And again, this is a road closure that we've been tracking now for coming up on a week or so at this point. Finally, we'll talk about the other fire that's burning in the Blues, the Paradise Fire, which is getting closer and closer to 4,500 acres. It's still the southern side of the fire that's being so active in Umatilla and Wallowa counties. And the evacuation still in place. Level 2B set evacuations in place for southeastern Walla Walla County, northeastern Umatilla County, and that level 1B ready evacuation for that little slice of Columbia County. And as always, you can find more information on all these fires posted online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. We'll have more fire coverage coming up for you a little bit later in the show.
All right, thank you, Josh. And because of those fires throughout our region, the past 2 weeks, the area has seen most days hampered by poor air quality. In response to the smoky days and nights, many cities like Richland have been forced to postpone or outright cancel outdoor events. Places like outdoor swimming pools, community volleyball, and many youth sports games and practices have had to adapt to the new changes.
The reason we chose to cancel and postpone some is really the safety of our community members. So that's really the top priority for us, is making sure that everybody's safe. And so we've had a series of cancellations over the last 2 weeks. They've ranged from swimming lessons to even larger events. One of them we postponed, which was National Night Out.
The city of Richland decides when an outdoor event might need to be canceled based off of state guidelines and the air quality index. An AQI above 150 means the event must be canceled. The fight over the future of the Port of Benton is now headed toward a potential vote. But before voters decide, both sides are making their case. Commissioner Bill O'Neill tells Apple Valley News Now Dan Hansen the recall is based on misleading claims and that he and the other commissioners were doing their jobs when they suspended the port's executive director and fired its finance director.
Behind the recall petition is a fight over more than just 3 commissioners. It's about who's responsible for the Port of Benton's past and who gets to decide its future. The recall campaign now has a clear path forward. The Washington Supreme Court ruled in July the recall could proceed, allowing supporters to begin collecting signatures. But the court did not decide whether the allegations are true. Instead, the surviving charges center largely on whether the commissioners retaliated against Executive Director Diane Howard and former Finance Director Alicia Myers. Bill O'Neill, one of the Port of Benton commissioners, has legitimate reasons for both personnel decisions.
The decisions we made in January, suspending the Executive Director with pay and terminating the Director of Finance, those were the right decisions to make then and even now.
O'Neill says Howard's suspension followed employee complaints, an earlier 2019 investigation involving employee retaliation allegations, staff turnover, and language in Howard's employment contract allowing a paid suspension while an investigation is underway. He says port attorneys advised the commission throughout the process.
The port attorney received employee complaints filed against the director. The next day, we had a commission meeting where we had to address those complaints and take action.
O'Neill says the port's new finance director uncovered more than $1 million in financial errors, although he acknowledges the money was not missing and some of those errors occurred before Myers took the job. He says Myers was terminated for poor performance during her probationary period, but recall leader and retired Benton County District Court Judge Eugene Pratt says that explanation doesn't address what he considers the central issue.
They're trying to deflect from the fact that the core issue is corruption. None of this would happen but for the corruption that's going on.
Pratt points to the port's earlier investigation into Commissioner Scott Keller, which found violations involving public resources and port policies. But many of the original recall allegations were removed during the court review because they involved conduct that occurred before the commissioners took office. What remains before voters is focused on the commissioners' actions while in office. Pratt says those actions were retaliation against people who were raising concerns.
Retaliation against Diane Howard and Ms. Myers was because they were exposing the corruption and taking action to rectify the situation.
O'Neill disputes that, saying he had only been commissioner for 3 days when Howard was suspended and had no prior working relationship with her. He says the commission relied on the information presented to at the time. He says the commission ruled on the information presented to it at the time.
No prior interactions with the executive director. We had one meeting the day before to give me an introductory briefing to the port.
And that leaves voters with 2 competing explanations for the same decisions. O'Neill says the commission was addressing workplace and financial problems. Pratt says personnel actions were retaliation and a part of a broader failure of accountability. Now, the next question is whether the recall actually makes it to the ballot. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Recall organizers have until August 27th to collect enough verified signatures to qualify for this November ballot. The Port of Benton says its commissioners will remain focused on running the agency while that process continues. We turn now over into where Othello is looking at a long-term change to how fire services are funded in the community. The city has relied on Adams County Fire District 5 for fire services for more than 2 decades. But after the city's previous contract with the district ended in 2025, the 2 sides negotiated a temporary agreement while working toward annexation into Adams County Fire District 5. City officials say if voters approve the move, Othello property owners would pay directly into the fire district through property taxes. Mayor Ken Johnson says it would also shift responsibility for major equipment to Fire District 5.
Annexation will require the county, actually they're assuming all that responsibility of purchasing any new fire trucks that are needed for the city.
The annexation is expected to go before both Othello voters and current Fire District 5 voters next April. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest when we return, an update on the Luigi Mangione case as the trial is set to begin. The time right now is 5:10, taking a live look out into Richland when we return here. Still looking at some hazy skies going into this Friday. How much smoke are we going to see this weekend? Find out after this.
Don't be worried or overwhelmed with moving into a retirement home. Piper Barton is your turnkey resource for premier 55-plus communities. From repairs and packing to prepping, listing, and selling your current home, all managed with white glove care. Piper Barton delivers quality resources and smooth timelines. You can expect discretion, clarity, and results from start to sold. Sit down and have a simple conversation with Piper Barton about next steps today.
Craving something better than ordinary? Welcome to Angel's Family Restaurant, just off Road 68 in Pasco. We're serving up fresh, chef-inspired favorites every day. From breakfast classics all day long to hearty American comfort food the whole family will love. And for dinner, don't miss our fresh-cut 12-ounce steaks, grilled just the way you like them. Angel's Family Restaurant. Whenever hunger calls, come hungry and leave happy.
Nissan really pushes these cars, huh?
Oh, yeah.
We run help a friend move scenarios?
All the time.
Driveway airball? Wow, solid.
Very. Hurry in to the Nissan End of Summer Sales Event and see why the Nissan Rogue is #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select model trims or get $4,500 customer cash on select Rogue or Frontier trims.
When it comes to oral surgery, experience and training matter. At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, you're cared for by the only board-certified surgeons in the Tri-Cities for dental implants, wisdom teeth removal, and complex oral and maxillofacial procedures. Oral surgery isn't just routine dental work. Our specialists have advanced training to ensure safer care, better outcomes, and greater comfort. Get expert, full-service oral surgery care close to home. Choose C-BOMS. Request a consultation today.
Join the mission and help us tell men and women with high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes about the UACR urine test. It can help detect kidney damage early and related heart risk. Learn more at detectthesos.com.
We didn't know when and where he was going to strike again.
Tonight, his bedroom, similar to 50 Shades of Grey.
We have a murderer on the loose.
It was a whodunit.
It was crazy.
2020, tonight on ABC and stream on Disney Plus and Hulu.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We are not going to be as smoky as we were yesterday, but still the air quality pretty bad this morning in the Kittitas and the Yakima Valleys. So we'll put this into motion with Futurecast surface smoke, and by 11 a.m. starting to see much thinner surface smoke for a lot of the region, and that trend is going to continue as we head into the evening and into Saturday as well. Now, what this graphic isn't showing you is no smoke, right? We're still going to have some surface smoke. It just looks like it's going to be thin to moderate out there as opposed to dense or very dense. So we will see some reductions in air quality, but I am thinking that the air quality situation should improve a little bit later today in the Kittitas and the Yakima Valleys. Okay, you can see what to do during stretches of poor air quality by going to AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Also, we have that information posted through our weather app, which you can download for free in the App Store or on Google Play. One thing we really haven't had a tussle with for this week has been oppressively hot high temperatures. It's still been toasty out there, but for today in the Yakima Valley, low 80s by lunchtime, mid to upper 80s for the warmest part of the day. So we're looking once again at 80s and 90s for lower elevations, 91 for the Tri-Cities, 87 for Yakima, 83 degrees in Ellensburg. And again, the temperature is staying fairly steady over these next 7 days. So at least that's not something we're going to have to fight with, but still more lightning chances in the forecast through Sunday. We'll talk about the fire concerns coming up in a few minutes.
Turning now over into some national news, a hearing is set for Friday in the federal case of Luigi Mangione, who is accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Mangione allegedly shot Thompson to death in New York in 2024. Reed Binion reports.
So at this point, we don't really know what to expect for tomorrow.
A former federal prosecutor weighing in on developments in the federal case against Luigi Mangione, the man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Sources say plea negotiations are underway and Mangione could plead guilty as soon as Friday to federal charges tied to the fatal shooting. Friday's hearing was hastily scheduled after the final pretrial hearing Tuesday in Mangione's state case, in which he faces second-degree murder and weapons charges. At the federal level, he faces stalking charges connected to Thompson's killing. Mangione previously pleaded not guilty in both cases.
I think it's unlikely that he would get, a deal in the way that we typically think of a deal being some sort of reduced sentence.
A lawyer for Mangione declined to comment, as did a spokesperson for the U.S. Attorney's Office. But experts say a guilty plea at the federal level could be part of a strategy to affect the state case.
So I think it's a brilliant move in terms of double jeopardy. There'll be an immediate motion made by his attorneys to void the state prosecution.
That state case trial is scheduled to begin with jury selection on September 8th. The federal case had been scheduled to go to trial in January, but that could change depending on Friday's hearing. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Mangione could plead guilty as soon as Friday to federal charges tied to the fatal shooting. Coming up here on Good Morning Northwest, when we return, we check back in with our chief meteorologist, Josh Colbreth, with the latest on your weather update, what you can expect for this Friday before stepping out the door.
Where you been, Hank?
Little field research. Check this out.
Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
Yeah, and J.D. Power backs it up.
Great deals.
Crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
Many abused and neglected animals are hungry and need help right now. Many animals are starving, wondering if food will ever come, with the unbearable pain that comes with that, and they need our help.
There are animals that have no idea when their next meal will come. They can't even remember when their last meal was. And they are moments from dying.
So I'm here to ask you, will you open your heart to help an animal who's hungry? Go online, call, or simply scan this code and donate just $19 a month. You'll help feed a hungry animal. That's just 63 cents a day to fill their empty bowl and show them the love in your heart.
There are empty bowls that are sitting there waiting to be filled. You can tell that these dogs are so weak from hunger. They've known no other life but a life of suffering.
No animal should have to go hungry. And with your support today, you will help feed a hungry animal. You can fill their bowl, but you have to make your urgent life-saving gift today. So please join in the next 10 minutes. And if you do, we'll send you this free welcome kit to thank you for helping an animal today.
There's always an empty bowl on the ground that should have food in it. And it's very clear from the appearance of these dogs that that bowl hasn't had food in it for a long time.
We urgently need 3,000 new donors in the next 30 days. Please say you'll be one of them by signing up today. No animal should ever go hungry, and I know you agree. Please make this the moment that you say, I won't stand by while they suffer. Help fill their bowl too. Go online, call, or scan this code right now.
Where you been, Hank?
Little field research. Check this out.
Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
Yeah, and J.D. Power backs it up.
Great deals.
Crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We continue to have alert days in front of us through Sunday as there's going to be the potential for lightning fires. So again, we have to establish that our fuels or vegetation is critically dry, level 4 out of 5 on our scale as indicated by this red color. So that encompasses pretty much the entire viewing area. And we continue to have these lightning chances because we find ourselves in the same pattern where all of this monsoonal moisture is getting pushed up from the desert southwest into our neck of the woods. So we have a few more days of that. Let's recap what happened last night. Definitely a lot more lightning in our area last night as opposed to the previous night, especially in Kittitas and Yakima counties, but specifically with this one thunderstorm cell in northwestern Kittitas County. So we'll watch these areas especially close for any holdover fires popping up for today, but especially this little slice of Kittitas County. Okay, let's put this into motion with Futurecast satellite and radar. We're thinking that a little bit later today, more showers and thunderstorms going to fire up across the map. And then as we head into Saturday, looks like the same thing, perhaps a little bit more widespread. And then for Sunday, looks like we'll probably deal with the same thing, but more so for the blues and for like the eastern slices of our viewing area. So here's a model consensus look at lightning chances day by day. Remember that key threshold would be 20%. So we're going to hit that for the blues, for the valleys, and for the Cascades for today. For tomorrow, like I said, the most widespread day of lightning chances. So we're going to hit those marks in the Blue Foothills, for the Blue Mountains, for the Kittitas and the Upper Yakima Valleys, and also in the Cascades. And then finally for Sunday, this is when it mostly shifts over to the blues, but that's still 3 more days ahead of us where we could see lightning fires popping up. So it's imperative that you know how to sign up for emergency alerts for Oregon counties, oralert.gov, for Washington counties, mil.wa.gov/alerts #local. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Hazy for Friday, then a chance for a thunderstorm on Saturday. In Yakima, chances for lightning continue on Friday and Saturday, so chances for lightning fires continue. In Ellensburg, thunderstorm chances over the next couple days, then maybe a leftover shower for Sunday. For Hermiston, hazy skies today, then maybe a thunderstorm over the weekend. And finally, for Walla Walla, lightning chances Saturday and Sunday, then our weather goes calmer into next week.
All right, looking at another alert weekend, Josh.
We are.
Yeah, just how we like it, I guess.
Just another weekend in August.
Yes, just another weekend. All right, well, coming up here, when we return, the box office numbers continue to grow. No surprise there. We will have your entertainment headlines coming up after this break.
Chevy drivers across America will do a lot in the next 5 years. But one thing they won't do is pay interest on their new Chevy. Right now, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. With no payments for 90 days. Because you've earned this summer. Now it's time to go get it.
See your community Chevy dealers.
There's still time to save with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Pick one up in store today. Tide 84-ounce liquid laundry detergent is just $9.99. Coker 7-Up brand 12-packs are buy 2, get 1 free, making them just $5.99 each when you buy 3. Save $35 on a Bi-Mart Deep Cycle Marine RV battery. And save on back-to-school supplies. Plus, all teachers get a $10 Bi-Mart gift card when they spend $100 or more. Save store-wide through August 17th at employee-owned Bi-Mart.
When you're healthy and safe at work, you can do your best on the job and get back to what matters most. At Prosser Memorial Health's Occupational Medicine Clinic, Dr. Eric Pertula and our experienced team support employees and employers with DOT and pre-employment physicals, drug and alcohol testing, hearing and vision tests, worker injury care, fit for duty evaluations, and more. Whether you're starting a new job or recovering from an injury, we're here to help. Call 509-788-6030 or visit prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Here in the Valley, caring for what matters most is simply a part of who we are. Because women's health isn't just one moment in life, it's every chapter. Preventative screenings and care designed for women at every stage of life. From first visits to motherhood and beyond, thoughtful care from the people who call this valley home. We're here for every step along the way. Start your journey today at kvhealthcare.org, your home for women's health.
Is it lead in this protein powder too?
is this sunscreen actually water resistant?
Why is peanut butter $2 more than last week?
And there's less.
You shouldn't have to question everything. For 90 years, Consumer Reports has been testing, reviewing, and advocating for you for answers you don't have to question. Consumer Reports. We never stop questioning.
Welcome back to your entertainment news, and we keep talking about movies, but also cinema is having a good year as well.
Yeah, it's for good reason, because Spider-Man has broken another box office record.
Of course, and Rick Damigella has that story and more in our Hollywood Minute.
I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man.
Spider-Man smashes another record. Spider-Man Brand New Day is now the fastest movie to reach the $700 million milestone at the domestic box office. The latest Spidey flick now sits at number 6 on the all-time domestic box office chart.
There is crying in football.
But there's no crying at your streaming numbers, Ted. Nielsen data shared by The Hollywood Reporter shows the premiere of the 4th season of football dramedy Ted Lasso scored just shy of 300 million minutes of viewing time, significantly surpassing season 3's numbers. Charlize Theron to be honored. The Oscar-winning actress will be joined by Coleman Domingo and John Carpenter as honorees at the 6th Annual Academy Museum Gala. The fundraising event takes place October 17th. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Back to Spider-Man for a minute. I just think anytime any Marvel movie comes out, the box office is about to break some type of record.
Yeah, it's at least going to be in the top 10, especially with, like, such a big franchise as Spider-Man.
Such a big franchise. They really keep the movie theater alive.
Keep that going.
All right, well, still ahead here. When we return, online sports betting app Kalshi must stop accept wagers in Washington. Plus, city officials gather in Kennewick to talk about the issues they're seeing and learn from other cities. But before we can get into those, here's this morning's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, the Trump administration is outsourcing cyber attacks. A new presidential memo allows vetted private companies to hack, quote, transnational criminal organizations under federal oversight. Operations expected to cause death or serious injury are off limits. Next, things got too hot for a top U.S. web hosting provider. Namecheap went down after what it calls a failure of cooling systems at its Phoenix data center, forcing it to shut off more than 5,000 servers. The outage took down the company's own website, lasting more than 6 hours. And a historic first in upstate New York. Hart Aerospace says its all-electric plane, the largest ever flown, stayed up for 27 minutes, reaching an altitude of 1,100 feet. The cost of the flight, less than $5 worth of electricity. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Hannah Battah. Have a great day.
You have no idea how long Marvin has waited to sing like this. Before getting his new teeth from Affordable Dentures and Implants, Marv wouldn't let himself dream about getting back on stage. But now, he's back under the bright lights, right where he belongs. Sing your heart out, Marvin. You've earned it. Affordable Dentures and Implants. That's what we do.
Save up to 70% on select styles of beautiful new carpet or flooring. Plus, we'll beat any competitor's offer, guaranteed. Visit EmpireToday.com or call
800-588-2300 Today.
Oh, what is that musty smell?
Oh, damp.
Damn. Oh, damn.
Hey, language.
Damp Rid traps excess moisture to eliminate musty smells. Get rid of the damp with Damp Rid.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Solis, and it's Friday. And going into this next half hour here, we're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. What are we looking at going into this weekend, Josh?
Yeah, we are looking at more alert days, more chances for lightning and lightning fires through Sunday. Hazy skies over the next couple days at least, and high temperatures staying in the 80s and 90s over the next 7 days. Okay, air quality is lousy this morning in the Kittitas and the Yakima valleys, but it is especially unhealthy in the Kittitas Valley. So if you can keep it indoors this morning, that would be highly recommended. If you do have to venture outdoors, sport the N95 or the KN95 mask, especially if you fall into one of those sensitive categories. Okay, the wind gusts, not really that big of a factor for today. They're not going to be that big of a factor as we head into the weekend. Temperatures out there 50s and 60s for lower elevations, 58 for the Tri-Cities, 64 in Yakima, 59 degrees in Ellensburg. Here are your precip chances for this Friday for the Yakima Valley, another day where we'll have some thunderstorm chances, specifically from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. So that's why we're going with the alert day for today for the valleys, as we'll have additional chances for lightning fires. Hey, speaking of the fires, we're going to start off with the Three Queens fire in Kittitas County that's burning to the north and along Lake Cochise. It's now 3,600 acres, no containment. We do have active hotspots all over this fire's perimeter and still some expansive evacuations in place between Lake Cochise and Cle Elum Lake. You can find all of these evacuation boundaries posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. We take you from the Cascades all the way over to the Blues, the Hagen fire, which is incrementally getting closer and closer to 55,000 acres, and it's only 11% contained. We're not seeing as many active hotspots on this fire's perimeter, but still a few pockets that we're keeping notice of. To the south and east of Gibbon, on the southeastern side of the perimeter, on the northeastern side of the fire. And still expansive evacuations in place with this one from Tollgate all the way down to Bingham Springs to the east in Union County along and to the east of Oregon Highway 204, which is still closed for business from milepost 0 to 39. That would be from Weston to Elgin. So you can find the latest on these road conditions at tripcheck.com. And then finally, we'll talk about the Paradise Fire, which is still burning in the Blues at the conjunction of Walla Walla, Columbia, Umatilla, and Wallowa counties. But the active hotspots at this point, mostly in Umatilla and Wallowa counties. This is now close to 4,500 acres, no containment. Still the evacuations of the level 2 be set evacuations for southeastern Walla Walla, northeastern Umatilla counties, and then that level 1 be ready slice of Columbia County. As always, you can find much more information about all these fires posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. We'll have more fire coverage for you coming up a little bit later in the show.
All right, thank you, Josh. Turning now over into where a Keene County judge has limited an online betting service operating illegally in Washington. Kalshi must stop accepting wagers on several topics, including sports, elections, and entertainment. The order comes after the company violated Washington's gambling and consumer protection laws. In July, a preliminary injunction against Kalshi was granted. The company previously asked to appeal the ruling, but the court denied that request. It's unclear what options Kalshi has left to challenge the order. Turning now over into Kennewick this morning, city managers and local government leaders are in Kennewick this week, sharing ideas on some of the challenges facing communities across the state. The Washington City County Management Association is holding its summer conference at the Three Rivers Convention Center. This is to talk about the issues they're seeing and learn from other cities. Hermiston Assistant City Manager Mark Morgan is one of the few attendees from outside Washington. He says even though every community is different, many of the challenges they face are similar.
It's always good to get together and talk about what those issues are and share ideas and come up with concepts that we all take back to our own communities.
This conference is continuing in Kennewick through Friday. We turn now over into Umatilla County Fire District 1 as they now have a new fire prevention trailer. It will be participating in this year's Umatilla County Fair. This trailer will replace their previous aged one, as it is designed to talk about kitchen safety and how to escape your home in the event of a fire. They've also added many more educational safety topics as well as a fire extinguisher prop.
PASS acronym to utilize the fire extinguisher. So PASS stands for pull, which is pull the pin. The A is for aim the nozzle. The first S is for squeeze the handle, and the last S is for sweeping the fire. So we're going to come in and we're going to fight our simulated fire.
This was made possible from a recent grant and some donations. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, the Umatilla Fair has come to town. We look into the over 100-year-old tradition coming up next. Your time right now is 5:34. Taking a live look out into Kennewick, we have seen a rise in the smoky skies so far in the last couple of days. Will it be continuing through the weekend? Find out after this.
We didn't know when and where he was going to strike again.
Tonight, his bedroom, similar to 50 Shades of Grey.
We have a murderer on the loose.
It was a whodunit.
That's crazy.
2020, tonight on ABC and stream on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Nissan really pushes these cars, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Hurry in to the Nissan End of Summer Sales Event and see why the Nissan Rogue is #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select model trims.
Join the mission and help us tell men and women with high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes about the UACR urine test. It can help detect kidney damage early and related heart risk. Learn more at detectthesos.com.
Our Valley's pride is everywhere you look.
When people give through the Yakima Valley Community Foundation, they are investing in our future leadership and our continued prosperity.
Support from the foundation helps local organizations serve our neighbors and strengthen the place we call home. It helps us hold on to what makes this valley special. When people invest locally, organizations like ours can keep showing up for our neighbors.
The Yakima Valley Community Foundation supports organizations that honor our cultures, care for our neighbors, and strengthen the places we call home. From main streets to gathering places, pride runs through this valley. When generosity stays local, communities grow stronger. That's what helps our valley thrive.
Together, we can strengthen the Yakima Valley by taking local generosity and turning it into lasting impact.
Today, tomorrow, together.
Feeling dizzy, off balance, or worried about falling? You don't have to just live with it. At the Pacific Campus, Alex Trowbridge DPT is accepting new patients and specializes in vestibular therapy, treating vertigo, dizziness, and balance issues. And here's something many patients don't realize. You can choose where you go for physical therapy. Choose the PC. We also treat gait and balance, pain management, and even pool therapy. Ask your doctor to refer you to physical therapy at the PC with Alex Trowbridge DPT.
Austin Reed is a television news leader with a passion for unique stories that have affected positive change for more than 20 years.
Get the best local news coverage every day, right here.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee, Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Nissan really pushes these cars, huh?
Oh, yeah. Hurry in to the Nissan End of Summer Sales Event and see why the Nissan Rogue is #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select model trims.
We didn't know when and where he was going to strike again.
Tonight, his bedroom, similar to 50 Shades of Grey.
We have a murderer on the loose.
It was a whodunit.
That's crazy.
2020, tonight on ABC and stream on Disney Plus and Hulu.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're not going to be as smoky for today as we were for yesterday and as we are for this morning, but still going to be hazy out there over the next couple days at least. This morning we're seeing air quality that's unhealthy for sensitive groups, if not just straight up unhealthy for portions of the Kittitas and the Yakima Valley. So we'll put this into motion with futurecast surface smoke, and we will see some thinning throughout the course of the day. Now the smoke's not going to disappear off the map, but we're thinking more of those thin to moderate values as opposed to the dense and very dense values we were seeing on Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Okay, and so this is just kind of going to be the cycle over the next couple days. This can always change if more fires pop up across the map, which is still looking fairly likely over the next few days given all the lightning in the forecast. Here's what to do during stretches of poor air quality. Stay indoors if you can help it. Wear protective masks like the N95 or the KN95. Use clean air filters like the HEPA filter. Watch for symptoms of smoke inhalation. And as always, you can find this list posted online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Hey, Hey, at least the high temperatures haven't been too oppressively hot. We haven't seen any triple digits, anything like that for this week. Low 80s for lunchtime in the Tri-Cities, and then upper 80s, around 90 degrees for the hottest part of the day. This will be another day where lower elevations are going to be in the 80s and 90s. It's pretty much been like this all week, and it's going to continue to be like this over the next 7 days. Excuse me. All right. Chances for lightning fires over the next few days, which we'll talk about coming up in a few minutes.
It has been a tradition for 114 years, and now the Umatilla County Fair is back. And Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia takes us inside the tradition that keeps this community thriving.
It's a tradition that spans more than a century, and this week, the Umatilla County Fair is once again proving that community is the main attraction.
Community. It's all about community. The people that volunteer, we're strongly ag-based, and farmers and ranchers and all the other people alike that want to be part of a great community event like the Umatilla County Fair.
But the heartbeat of this 114-year-old tradition is found right here in the barns, where the next generation is already making their mark.
The livestock, watching the youth from 4-H and FFA, and not only the livestock, but the static events too, like photographs and craft projects and things like that. But I think it's the youth that come here with their projects from the 4-H groups and the FFA chapters.
For families like the Ibarras, it's about more than just a ribbon. It's about passing the torch.
Because my brother used to always previously show market lambs, so I thought I would follow in his footsteps.
Family Fair is a very different experience now that that my boys participate as exhibitors. Building memories. It's here them putting in a lot of work, so it's teaching them a lot of life skills and just watching them have fun all week.
It's a lesson in responsibility that sticks with them long after the fair ends.
So much to me because I get to learn and grow throughout all the years that I do it.
The young people that start to gain confidence by being around doing these projects and watching the kids grow on through high school and graduate on to college. I think it gives them a lot of confidence to be around all the different things that are going on here.
And this year, there's even more room for visitors, with the new RV park already hosting 184 campers. Reporting in Umatilla County, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
Wallace says the event's success is all thanks to the volunteers from across the region. Volunteers are also providing free shuttle services to help those in need get around the fairgrounds. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And before you get this Friday and this weekend started, everything to look forward to in your weather forecast. We're going into an alert weekend once again, all that we're going to be facing coming up.
Yep, just got back from Philly with the goods. Chopped and seasoned shaved steak, grilled onions, grilled peppers, melty Swiss-style cheese, all on a bakery soft hoagie roll. No one suspects a thing. Try my new Philly cheesesteak combo before it's too late.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Many abused and neglected animals are hungry and need help right now. Many animals are starving, wondering if food will ever come, with the unbearable pain that comes with that, and they need our help.
There are animals that have no idea when their next meal will come. They can't even remember when their last meal was. And they are moments from dying.
So I'm here to ask you, will you open your heart to help an animal who's hungry? Go online, call, or simply scan this code and donate just $19 a month. You'll help feed a hungry animal. That's just 63 cents a day to fill their empty bowl and show them the love in your heart.
There are empty bowls that are sitting there waiting to be filled. You can tell that these dogs are so weak from hunger. They've known no other life but a life of suffering.
No animal should have to go hungry. And with your support today, you will help feed a hungry animal. You can fill their bowl, but you have to make your urgent life-saving gift today. So please join in the next 10 minutes. And if you do, we'll send you this free welcome kit to thank you for helping an animal today.
There's always an empty bowl on the ground that should have food in it. And it's very clear from the appearance of these dogs that that bowl hasn't had food in it for a long time.
We urgently need 3,000 new donors in the next 30 days. Please say you'll be one of them by signing up today. No animal should ever go hungry, and I know you agree. Please make this the moment that you say, I won't stand by while they suffer. Help fill their bowl too. Go online, call, or scan this code right now.
Hey, Kevin, let's show them how it's done in Philly.
Yo, you's got it. This new Philly-style bonus Jack combo has grilled peppers and onions, fries, and a drink for only $5.49. Yo, Jack, hook me up with some jibbies.
Family. Get my new Philly Munchie Meal with new jibbies.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Wendy Redmond, only one station. Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We still have many alert days in front of us because of the potential for lightning fires. So first, let's establish that the vegetation is still critically dry out there, level 4 out of 5 on our vegetation dryness scale for all of our microclimates. And then you factor in the lightning chances that are still getting pumped into our neck of the woods by this area of monsoonal moisture. The real driver here is this area of low pressure down in the desert southwest. But we've been in this pattern for the last couple days. We still have a few more days to go. A little recap of what happened last night. We saw several thunderstorms in the Cascades of Kittitas and Yakima counties, but there was one thunderstorm in particular in northwestern Kittitas County that was putting down a bunch of lightning. So we'll have to watch this part of our viewing area very closely for holdover lightning fires popping up a little bit later in the day. But to add insult to injury, more lightning in the forecast. So we'll put it all into motion with Futurecast satellite and radar. And once again, as we head into the peak of daytime heating, that's likely going to be the peak of the thunderstorm chances. And then as we head into Saturday, looking like probably the most widespread and dangerous day of this entire ordeal. And then as we head into Sunday, most of this is going to shift over to the blue. So that was just one model run of Futurecast. Now let's show you more of a model consensus look at lightning chances. Is remember that key threshold. It's the 20% threshold. That's when the lightning fires start to become much more tangible. We'll see that in the valleys and for the mountains for today, for tomorrow, for the mountains, for the foothills, and for the valleys. And then by Sunday, this is mostly shifting over to the blue. So if we can get through this entire ordeal without any significant fire starts, that would be nothing short of a miracle. We've already gotten through 2 days. So far, so good. But let's see if our luck continues. And as always, you can see day by day, hour by hour, precip chances, lightning chances for your exact home address location by downloading our weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Hazy for Friday, then a chance for a thunderstorm on Saturday. In Yakima, chances for lightning continue on Friday and Saturday, so chances for lightning fires continue. In Ellensburg, thunderstorm chances over the next couple days, then maybe a leftover shower for Sunday. For Hermiston, hazy skies today, then maybe a thunderstorm over the weekend. And finally, for Walla Walla, lightning chances Saturday and Sunday, then our weather goes calmer into next week.
Now, the morning sprint.
The past 2 weeks throughout the Pacific Northwest have seen most days hampered by poor air quality. In response to the smoky days and nights, many cities like Richland have been forced to postpone or outright cancel outdoor events. The city of Richland decides when an outdoor event might need to be canceled based off of state guidelines and the air quality index. The Washington Supreme Court cleared the way for a recall vote against 3 Port of Benton commissioners. Now both sides are making their case to voters. Commissioner Bill O'Neill says the commission suspended the executive director and fired the finance director for legitimate workplace reasons. Recall leader Eugene Pratt says those actions were retaliation against people who exposed corruption. Othello is looking at a long-term change to how fire services are funded in the community. The city has relied on Adams County Fire District 5 for fire services for more than 20 years. But after the city's previous contract with the district ended in 2025, the two sides negotiated a temporary agreement while working toward annexation. If voters approve the move, Othello property owners would pay directly into the fire district through property taxes. City managers and local government leaders are in Kennewick this week, sharing ideas on some of the challenges facing communities across our state. The Washington City County Management Association is holding its summer conference at the Three Rivers Convention Center. They're there to talk about the issues they're seeing and learn from other cities as well. The Umatilla County Fair is back, bringing generations together. President Steve Wallace says the event is about blending the region's agricultural roots with the next generation. It's a place where youth from 4-H and FFA chapters gain confidence through livestock and craft projects, building life skills that last long after the fair ends. National headlines this morning. A Massachusetts police officer, Emily Pacheco, is accused of using the department's Flock database to keep close watch on her ex-girlfriend. The former girlfriend is alleging that her license plate had been searched repeatedly. Pacheco claims that the ex-girlfriend's information was being tracked in connection to a drug investigation, which is what led to the high number of searches. Pacheco is on administrative leave, and the department has suspended its use of the automatic license plate readers for now. Oil prices are coming down. Brent crude, the global oil benchmark, is around 2% lower to roughly $87 a barrel. WTI, the U.S. benchmark, fell by a similar margin to $81 to $45 a barrel. The declines come despite few signs of a breakthrough in ending the war, and as traffic through the Strait of Hormuz is still severely constrained. Into your business headlines this morning, Amazon has expanded its locker network to more than 500 more colleges and universities across the U.S. The idea is that students can pick up a package at their convenience. When it arrives, they'll receive an email with a code to open a locker at a location that they choose. They can open it themselves or forward the code to a friend to pick the item up for them. Industry data shows U.S. wine sales have fallen to their lowest level in 2 decades. Regions have seen a decrease in sales between 20 to 50%. There's likely a combination of reasons behind it. That includes younger consumers drinking less alcohol to longtime wine buyers aging. With demand falling, some wineries are ripping out vineyards to reduce supply. They're also getting creative to lure more customers. That includes offering more variety of wine options and partnering with local brewers to hold holding events. What's happening in health this morning? The U.S. Food and Drug Administration says the Cyclospora outbreak has now spread to 17 states. More than 9,400 people in the U.S. have been affected, with nearly 400 people being hospitalized. A nationwide recall has since been issued on iceberg lettuce imported from Mexico by Taylor Farms. The company said it's doing a full review of its safety processes and protocols. Frankie's Organic is recalling its plant-based vegan cheddar puffs because they may contain undeclared milk. People who have an allergy or sensitivity to milk risk a serious or life-threatening allergic reaction if they consume this snack. The recall was prompted after 2 complaints of allergic reactions to products sold in Canada. The vegan cheddar puffs were sold in Washington State, Florida, and South Carolina. Consumers who bought the snacks should check for the best if used by date by May 16th of 2027 and not consume them. Sports-related news this morning. A proposal to build a new downtown stadium for the Kansas City Royals is facing some pushback. City leaders delayed any decisions on the project at a meeting this week amid concerns over a rushed process and lack of public input. The Royals announced that they would cover about 2/3 of the $3 billion cost, with the rest paid for with state and local money. More than 4,500 people have signed a petition that says any funding decisions should be decided by Kansas City residents. Award-winning pitcher turned broadcaster Orel Hershiser was honored Thursday with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He pitched for 5 major league teams over 18 seasons. In 1988, he set a major league record by pitching 59 consecutive innings without allowing a run, helped lead the Los Angeles Dodgers to the World Series title, and won the National League Championship Series Most Valuable Player Award, the World Series MVP Award, and the National League Cy Young Award.
Right, in your trending story this morning, Oreo is unveiling 3 new limited edition flavors of cookies, and they want you to decide which one they want to keep making.
Ooh, and the flavors are Oreo banana pudding, chicken and waffles, and deep fried cookies.
All 3 flavors will be available for pre-sale online beginning on Monday, August 17th, and in stores starting August 24th. Cookie fans are encouraged to vote for which flavor gets to stay in the cookie lineup at Oreo.com. No wrong answers, but I think the right answer is chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say banana pudding.
Banana
but, you know,
pudding.
each to their own. Josh, I hope you try it and like it. All right, well, also, if you've been thinking of visiting a national park, here's some motivation to make plans before the end of summer.
August 22nd to 30th is National Park Week. It's a week-long celebration of all things national parks.
Yeah, and this year's theme is Celebrate America's Story in honor of the nation's 250th anniversary. Entrance to the park is free for U.S. citizens and residents on August 25th, the National Park Service's 110th birthday.
Do you have a favorite national park?
I actually don't have too many experiences with national parks, but that is something I would love to get into because I love to hike and be outdoors, but I've never been like down to like buy the pass.
You gotta go sometime. The 2 I've been to, Crater Lake National Park down in Oregon and the Redwoods down in Northern California.
I've
both
always hear the Redwoods, yeah.
magical experiences both times.
Okay, yeah, I definitely need to get into it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest at 6. The air quality in the area has caused cities to cancel outdoor events. Plus, a fight over accountability at the Port of Benton is now headed to voters. And going into this Friday and this weekend, it's an alert weekend, Josh.
Yeah, we have chances for lightning fires. Also, the air quality looking very yucky right now in the valleys. We'll catch you up to speed on that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.